Johnson. We'll begin with a few questions here in the room. Go ahead, Nolan.
Taylor, congratulations on the win, man. Back in the win column. How good does it feel to be back?
Oh, man, it feels great. Yeah, I've been working my butt off. I had a great win over Ed a while back. Didn't have the greatest showing. My last fight just didn't prepare properly, but I felt great this fight. Felt like I had a great gas tank and didn't really get tested with it, but it's a good W.
It had been a while since you fought. I mean, you had the loss, and then Bellator went on break, and then this fight was supposed to happen and got postponed. So what was that off period like for you? Was it difficult sitting on a loss for months on end, essentially?
I'll tell you what, it is the worst. You just have to sit there and suck on that losing lollipop for freaking, 7 months or more for me. And it's not like the old wrestling days where you got a match next week and you can redeem yourself. So yeah, it sucked dealing with that. I put a lot of thought and effort into this camp because of that last fight. And I'm coming into fights a lot more leaner with a big gas tank. So the only guys who've been able to beat me is generally when I get tired. So,
and you may have touched on it there, but you said you didn't prepare properly for that loss.
Yeah.
So what did you do differently this time to win?
Just brought the weight down. So mostly I just train like I normally do. I'm usually in decent shape, but leading in, I showed up here 7 pounds over versus 18 pounds over, which is definitely a huge difference, especially for myself. So.
Taylor over here. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
You mentioned that you've gotten tired in fights. It seemed like your opponent really wanted to press the action. He was coming forward the whole time. Did that surprise you at all? Or
It did a little bit. I kind of expected him to come forward, and I figured he'd want to grapple me. Seeing my last performance, like, hey man, if I can just hold this guy down and get him tired, I might be able to finish him in the later rounds. I kind of was expecting that, maybe grinding me against the cage, but came out and started throwing low kicks. I'm like, oh shit, you want to have a striking match? So yeah, no, was really thrown off when he came out like that, but as soon as I grabbed a hold of him, just wasn't there. He was not the guy. I've wrestled guys up from all over the world, the toughest freaking dudes on the planet. They've thrown me around like that guy was not the guy. So, yeah, it's weird.
You've mentioned you've had some unbelievable performances. You've had some hiccups. What do you have to do to improve? Like, what improvements do you have to make so you have a lot more performance like you had tonight?
Just gas tank, baby. Got to be hitting that road work. I just train my butt off and don't allow myself to get too big. Naturally, I can get up to 220. I like to be big, big hoss, feeling good. But for the 185 division, I need to control my body, control the machine, the business.
I got one more question, a kind of two-part question. So the Bellator rankings came out. You're not ranked.
Yeah.
You have a win over someone who is ranked.
Yeah.
Are you upset about not being
I'm
ranked?
the dark horse. I honestly don't feel like I've earned shit. I mean, beating Ed is beating Ed, but I want the top dudes and I want to put them to sleep. And that's just, what I'm training and preparing for. But yeah, I mean, everybody's asked me, like, Ed's ranked above you. I'm like, well, Ed has actually on paper done a lot more than me in the welterweight division. But yeah, I don't, there's never going to be a day where Ed Ruth can beat me. So no, I don't think he should be ranked in front of me.
Yeah. So are you going to ask for a ranked opponent next?
Yeah, whatever they're thinking for me. But yeah, I'd like one for sure. And sometimes too, if I'm gonna be fighting guys like my old training partners, fighting tough ass dudes, I'd like probably a little more money if I'm gonna have to fight potentially my friends and potentially the toughest dudes in the division. But you know how it is. I do what I can. I'm happy to be here. That's it. Thank God I'm here.
Hey Taylor. So Kevin from Fighter Path MMA. Quick question here. Listen, you said you're not a fan of leaving things undone improperly, right? And you seem to be a guy that likes to keep the train moving.
Yeah.
So listen, you've lost against Eblin. You said it was the worst way to go into a fight. He's ranked.
Yeah.
Do you want to see that running back?
I would absolutely fight Eblin again. And he's tough. He's a tough guy. I'll give him that. But I know if he's smart, he's never gonna want to fight me. He was able to skim by at my worst. He's dead at my best, I like that question, though. I've had a lot of people asking, man, so I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
We'll take a few more questions here.
Yes.
Jack, your line is now live.
Hi, Taylor. Jack Kennedy from MMA Island. You landed a takedown and got a submission, obviously. Were you confident you could control Lance, considering he has a lot of submissions himself?
Sorry, man. It's kind of loud in here. Can you repeat that again? I'm sorry. Well, I have terrible hearing, too.
Oh, no, sure. You landed a takedown and got a submission. Are you confident you could control Lance on the ground, considering he has a lot of submissions himself?
Yes, absolutely. I train with Fabiano Scherner. I've trained with the freaking best grapplers on the planet. As long as I got a good gas tank, not many of them be able to do much. When I got on top of him, he just, on paper, he's got some good submission wins and stuff, but he just wasn't there. He wasn't the strong. I was expecting him to be a lot stronger from bottom, but yeah. Sorry, it's kind of loud in here.
Nate, go ahead.
It's a party.
Congratulations, Tombstone Taylor.
Hey.
I know you're looking forward to getting back to work, but how are you going to celebrate this monstrous win?
Well, honestly, I was just going to go back to my room and probably pass out. But since it was an awesome win, and, you know, Fabiano and I have been talking about getting a little pitcher of beer after this. So I'll probably celebrate, have some fun for a few days. I got a baby on the way, so I need to go home and love my wife and be there for her because I've been gone a lot. But honestly, I'm ready to get back after it again, so there ain't going to be much celebrating.
Last one, Ronald.
This is Ronald E. Smith from Getting Real. Taylor, congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
I couldn't help it after the fight was over. You went over and you said, I thought you were a tough guy. Was there anything animosity coming between you two before the fight? And after the fight was over, you also gave little words of wisdom to the camera. How were you able to switch that so fast?
I shouldn't behave like that. My folks raised me well, and I shouldn't. You know, you never need to lash out like that. An ass whipping's good enough. You know, you don't need to put it in somebody's face. But at weigh-ins, he said something about, we ain't going to have any excuses this time. And I know he was talking about the Eblen fight and my poor performance. And so I just went out there and put him in his place. And man, there's levels to this shit, dude. Don't go out buffing your chest up because I know there's a lot of people that'll freaking deflate you. So act right.
All right. Appreciate the time, Taylor. Congrats on the win.
Bless you all. Thank you very much.